Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who, we had the Shakespeare code. Almost said quote, but then I stopped myself. But then I said it anyway when explaining it to you. So, yeah, we had the Shakespeare code, where we went back in time, met Shakespeare. There were witches that wanted to bring back their species, which is actually called carrier knights, and they were going to use Shakespeare's play, Love's Labour's Won, in order to unleash all the carrier knights. But obviously the Doctor and Martha stepped in and stopped it, and then all of Love's Labour's Won was lost, and that explains his missing play. Yeah, so that's basically the recap on that. Really loved it, thought it was a really great episode. And I'm excited to move on. I'm stumbling over my words today. I'm tired. It happens. But whatever. This is the point in the video where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. None. No zip, nada. Nah, bleh, ha, bleh. No. No spoilers. Don't do it. No spoilers whatsoever. Don't quote something I say and be like, well, just you wait. None of that. Oh, God, my eyes. Oh, God, I'm tired, and I'm losing it. No spoilers. Don't do it. No spoilers. Yeah, no spoilers for, let's just keep the conversation in the comments focused on this episode and previous episodes of Doctor Who and Torchwood that I've reacted to. And in terms of classic Doctor Who spoilers, those are okay. I'd just rather you be incredibly vague about it. Like, don't give away, like, plot details or anything. Just be, like, very, very, very vague. Yeah. I'm going to down a Pepsi and then we're going to watch this episode. Here we go. No, I can't down a Pepsi. But I'm going to drink that throughout. Let's go. Caffeine. I'm tired, man.
It's all your fault. You lied to the computer. You said there were 3 of us. You told them 3.
Repeat.
Wait.
Urgent assistance.
Why would you lie to the computer about that? What's happening?
Help us. Oh my God, I'm begging you, please.
Why do they look like they're bringing whatever that picture is, that painting?
This is Sally Calypso signing off. Missing you already.
Yay!
So one trip into the past, one trip into the future. How do you fancy that?
No complaints from me.
That's nice. Bringing
planet.
Can we go to yours? What's it like?
It's beautiful, yeah.
Is it like, you know,
well, could you go to
space cities, all spires and stuff?
Suppose it is.
Could you go to Gallifrey in the
temples
past?
and cathedrals. Can we go there?
No.
Nah, where's the fun for me? I don't want to go home. Instead,
That's a fair point.
this is
He's been home plenty of times, and that's a good excuse for not telling her that his planet is gone.
Although, technically it's 15th New York since the original, so it's New York. One of the most dazzling cities ever built.
We're going to another New York? So is this the... Oh no.
He has arrived.
The face of
What should I
Bo!
do?
Find him
Friggin'
before
finally.
it's too late.
And the cat people! Is this New York from New Earth? New York?
With 15 extra lanes open for the new New Jersey Expressway.
Oh, New
that's
Jersey.
more like it. That's the view we had last
Okay.
time. This must be the...
So this is
You've brought me to
New
the
Earth.
Suns. You're taking me to the same planets that you took her.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Just ever heard the word rebound?
Oh, you should have said.
I think they're selling moods.
Same thing, isn't it?
They're selling
Oh, you,
moves.
over here, over here.
My mother and father, they went on the motorway.
Oh, that's a swing.
What's wrong with
Try
the
this.
motorway?
Forget 40.
Your mother and father, they're on the motorway.
Are they? That's nice. I'm sorry, I won't keep you.
Alright, this is a problem now. With the garbage is the
So that's the
motorway.
human race. Fine.
Freaking screwdriver. Something. Okay, thank you. Lead with that.
You kept on saying 3. We need 3. What do you mean 3?
It's the
Yeah.
car sharing policy. To save fuel, you get special access if you're carrying 3 adults.
This motorway, how do I get there?
Okay.
Straight down the alley.
And I will find her alive and well, then I'm coming back. And this street is closing. Tonight!
Oh shit. Man, he keeps getting madder and madder.
It's exhaust fumes.
Going out to Brooklyn, everyone says the air's so much cleaner, and we couldn't stay in pharmacy town.
Well, because of me. I'm pregnant. We only discovered it last week. Scan says it's going to be a boy.
Oh, Mazel tov, but still.
How long's it going to take?
About 6 years.
6 years?
Sorry, hold on.
You're gonna spend
6 years.
6 years
10 miles in 6 years.
to go to Brooklyn. I don't even know if Brooklyn is worth it on this Earth, let alone that Earth.
What are you doing standing there? Either get out or get in.
That's gotta be pretty intense for him to feel those effects. He never feels the effects of, like, different, like, air.
Here you go.
Just stand.
Well, they were born in here.
We couldn't stop. We heard there were jobs going out in the laundries on Fire Island. Thought we'd take a chance.
Fire
We've been
Island?
driving for 2 months.
Do I look like
Must
a
be in
teenager?
Jersey.
We've been driving for 12 years now.
Sorry?
Yeah, started out as newlyweds.
Feels like yesterday.
Get off the line, Brannigan. You're a pest and a menace.
Come on now, sisters. Is that any way to talk to an old friend?
You know full well we're not sisters. We're married.
Oh,
Stop that modern talk
Mazel
of an
tov.
old-fashioned cat.
What are you gonna do in Manhattan that is worth all of this?
Another 10 layers to...
Because there's something living down there in the smoke. Something huge.
Nah.
The friggin' Demigorgon.
There's a whole city above us. The mighty city-state of New York. They wouldn't just leave us.
In that case, where are they?
So is this like a population
There's no
control?
help coming, not ever.
This is the most depressing episode of Doctor Who. God, she's about to cry. I'm about to cry at these people.
It's completely insane.
That, and a bit magnificent.
That's the Doctor for you.
Out there in the fog. Can't you hear it?
Get going.
Get over one eye. You some stupid kid. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah, listen to the weird furry person and her 2 little girls.
Whatever, you got any water?
Certainly. Never let it be said I've lost my manners.
Free triangle cups.
Is this the last layer?
Hell are they?
Graboids. Crabs. Acra? Giant enemy crabs.
The macro used to be the scourge of this galaxy. Gas. They fed off gas, the filthier the better.
How many scourges of the galaxy are there?
Using humans as slaves and mining gas. Billions of years ago. Billions, they must have devolved down the years. Now they're just beasts.
Millions of years.
But they're still
Why
hungry,
are there
my
so many
friends
things
down
popping up from millions of years ago?
Oh, it's like...
Novice Hayes! No, hold on, get off. Last time we met, you were breeding humans for experimentation.
I've sought forgiveness, Doctor.
This dude's
for
face.
many years under his guidance. And if you come with me,
Oh, so
I might
she
finally
reformed.
be
That's
able to
nice.
redeem myself.
I'm not going in.
The city died.
How long's it been like this?
Why?
24 years.
Did he screw up again?
They called it bliss. Everyone tried it. They couldn't stop.
Oh.
A virus mutated inside the compound and became airborne. Everything perished. Even the virus in the end.
Oh.
It killed the world in 7 minutes flat.
Jeez.
It was just enough time to close.
Are you and him? Sometimes I think he likes me, but sometimes I just think he needs someone with him.
Yeah.
I never even asked.
He does, but generally he
Where's him?
likes the person.
I'm brilliant with computers, just you watch. Hey, every switch on that bank up to maximum.
What are they trying to do? Are they trying to teleport the car?
Power out the city, but all
I give you my last.
The last words.
Hey, look after him! Don't you go dying on me, you big old face! You gotta see this. The open road.
He opened the road?
What was that?
It's coming from...
He opened the roads.
What is it?
Sunlight. Oh, they ought to go blind after that. Go! Everyone out! Let's go!
Now go!
Oh boy. Yeah, screw you, crabs. Now everyone go to a new planet. We'll have New York 16.
Quite a while since I saw you, Martha Jones.
Oh crap, the glass. Whoa. Man, this place looks crazy. It's like Coruscant.
You are not alone.
Wait, does that mean you're not alone, you have companions like Martha? Or you're not alone, there's another Time Lord that's alive? Or both?
Tracer Bow was wrong, there's no one else.
What happened?
The Daleks. Are you gonna tell the whole story? Might take a little while.
My people fought a race called the Daleks for the sake of all creation, and they lost. They lost. Everyone lost.
Yeah. No one really won the
They're all
Time
gone
War.
now. The branch is severed like a soul.
Poor Doctor. Wow. That was really good. Dang it. Alright, so here's the thing. Last time on the last Doctor Who video, when I was like, oh yeah, this will probably be like my favorite episode this series. And a lot of you guys were like, really? You guys were like, yeah, by the end of this series, it will not be your favorite. Not because it's, bad or anything, but it's because the rest of this series is so good, and damn, if that wasn't really good, if only for that touching end, shit. Oh, I'm getting a little emotional. So that's the secret that the face of Bo passed on to the Doctor. Secret. Well, I guess that was always the legend, was that when he dies, he'll tell his great secret. It's just a legend, I guess. So it's like, really, in his death, he just needed to help his buddy. So that's a great episode, man. Hell, I may actually... Now this is kind of my favorite so far. That was really good. And man, that ending was... hit you right in the feels, man. Alright. Notes. Wrote down the motorway. Clever. Very clever. That... it just, first off, the motorway itself, that you're just stuck there for years and years and years on this motorway in, well, a gridlock, like this episode is called. It's ridiculous how long they are there, but I just like that, This is 5 billion years in the future. So, huh. 5 billion years in the future, the humans are back. I mean, yeah, there was like cat people, like Bradigan, but or Bradigan, whatever. But yeah, they were humans. Milo and his girlfriend, they were humans, straight up. I mean, I guess, they were growing. Oh well. I mean, at the end of New Earth, the whole thing of they were growing humans so that they could, cure the diseases. I guess once the doctor cured them all of their diseases, then they were good. They can go, and this is 24 years later, so they got busy. They repopulated, and there were a lot of them in that episode. So, but yeah, I like that. I mean, when you stop and think about this episode, the initial premise is, well, there's a gridlock, a sci-fi space future gridlock. Well, what is that like? Well, you're there for years and years in this gridlock trying to get to Brooklyn. And it's like, that's... The premise alone, like... I don't know, it's like, it's very much... It's like a comedy sketch or something. It's like... It's like a joke. Like in the future, traffic will be so bad that you're in a gridlock for, you're stuck in traffic for years and years and you have to survive and stuff in there. It's like, that's funny. But the way they go about, like, using that, excuse me, just the way they use that, it's like, it's not just that, but then you really start to see the impact that has on people's lives. And especially, when the entire motorway comes together in song, which is crazy. So, that's interesting. The mood patches. Okay. That's interesting. I'm glad that tied in, because that's very random, that there's just a mood patch. Like, I guess it would make sense that in the future, a future, in some future society, I guess, there could be mood patches. It kind of sounds like something like they would do on Star Trek. Like, I don't know, the Enterprise would go somewhere and they would find these people that put on a patch and they have a specific mood. That sounds like a Next Generation episode or something. Or like, or maybe that's like on Deep Space Nine, like Quark is selling mood patches, but they wouldn't work, probably. Or, at the very least, it would have the patch, but it would have Quark's face on it. So, anyway, but yeah, that's another, like the motorway. It's like, that's a very simple. That's a very simple sci-fi kind of like a. Not really a joke like the motorway, but that's very sci-fi and very interesting. More like, I guess, typical sci-fi. But then the fact that it pretty much came full circle that the mood patches, like, everyone started taking bliss. Well, okay, well, that's interesting, and that would make sense if you can just change your mood, just by putting a patch on your neck. Yeah, everyone would be doing bliss. Why wouldn't you be doing bliss? Like, maybe you could do something like stress reliever or something, but if you could just always be in bliss, everything would be great. But the fact that created a new disease. And I like that they even said, it's like, yeah, even the disease ended up dying after a while. It's like, that's crazy, and it killed absolutely everyone in the upper city, the top side. It's very Arc 5, actually. Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, where they go to the synchro dimension, they have the top side, and then the commoners? I don't remember. I don't know, it's been a while since I watched that show. Anyway. But yeah, and then the fact that the motorway is just, like, yeah, they're in constant gridlock, but they're in constant gridlock, but it's for their own safety. Because down there, they are safe. With the exception of the giant fucking crabs. What the... The crabs didn't even tie into anything. That's the weirdest thing. So we get the Macaron? The Macara? The what? Macaron? What? Crabs. Just giant fuck-off crabs. What? Okay. Why? Why are there crabs? I don't get it. And the doctor even says, like, oh, well, they're an ancient species from billions of years ago. It's like, good God, how many ancient species are we going to find in this series? From the Rachnos to the Carrier Knights. Didn't we have something else? No, we didn't have anything in Smith & Jones, I think. Oh God, or did we? Maybe it was the Plasmavores. I don't remember, but yeah, between the Rachnos, the Carrier Knights, and this, and on Torchwood we had the fairies, you know? On Torchwood we had the fairies, and yeah, so I'm looking back at all my notes to see if, no, we didn't really, that's pretty much it, but that's a lot. Why are we suddenly getting so many ancient species? And why were they these giant, screw you, I'm a giant crab? Where are the crabs? How do they feed off gas? How does that work? If they feed off gas, why are they attacking cars? They're not going to eat them. They feed off gas. There's a ton of gas down there. If anything, you would leave the cars up there so that you can feed off of their exhaust. I don't know. Crabs just kind of came out. The crabs came out of nowhere and had nothing to do with the plot, really, other than they were there and they were a nuisance. So, all right, you are not alone. Again, I like that. It's really not like the legend says, you know, because the legend was like, well, you know, he'll pass on his final secret to the lonely, you know, angel or whatever, the traveling angel, whatever, the doctor, basically. And we got the tease of that last time in New Earth. And now, it's really not a secret, it's just a message to his friend. The Face of Bo is just giving a message to the doctor, to his friend. It's like, look, you are not alone, okay? You're not alone. And even with the whole thing of, yes, he is the last of the Time Lords, he's not alone. He has a companion. And he just has to, like, yes, you lost Rose, and that's a big deal. Especially because it was completely out of the Doctor's control on what happened to Rose, basically. And the fact that she's gone, and she's not even dead, she's just gone. So, but it's like, look, you're not alone. You can take another companion. You're taking Martha right now. You honestly offered to take Donna. So that's the other thing. Hang on, there's a hair on my arm that's bothering me every time I look down. It's like white. I don't get that. I'm not even old. I'm 21. Why is it I get a random white hair on my arm? Whatever. We're ruining my discussion. Yeah, just, you are not alone. You have a companion. You need companions. You have needed companions all this time. And then at the end, when he's talking about the Time Lords and the Time War with the Daleks and Gallifrey, that was a very touching moment. Him reminiscing. But the fact that he said, every one of them died. My family, my friends, everyone. He's the last one. So, So it's not even that... It's not just that he's the last of the Time Lords. Because the Time Lords... Oh, God, excuse me. The Time Lords are not a race, as I have been informed. Well, and I'm pretty sure I know that. I deduced that myself. The Time Lords are not a race. They are an organization. Time Lord... It's like, he's just an agent of the Time Lords, basically. He's a Time Lord. His species, his race, is Gallifreyan. But from what he said there, all the Gallifreyans are gone too, which is heartbreaking, especially because, like, look, I know I've never seen another Gallifreyan or another Time Lord in New Doctor Who, but I watched classic Doctor Who. Maybe there's an iCard up here. I don't know. It depends on if I remember to put that up there. But I've watched classic Doctor Who, An Unearthly Child, which had Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter. Shit, is she dead? Hopefully... Maybe it's something like, well, she just died of old age before the Time War or something. I don't know. Can he go back in time to before Gallifrey was destroyed? That's my next question. Can he go back in time and just take her to Gallifrey? Like, maybe he meets an older version of the Doctor. Wouldn't that be funny? Like a pre-Time War Doctor. That'd be interesting, but yeah, just, like, hearing him say that, it like I don't know how many like Time Lords or Gallifreyans are featured in classic Doctor Who, but just him saying my entire family is dead, and at least having one episode of Susan in classic Doctor Who, that did hit me a little bit. It's like, shit. Even Susan is dead. That's just sad, man. So, I don't know. That's all I got. Really like this episode. And boy, if they're all like this, if this whole series is like this, we're in for a treat. Not that the other two were bad. I really love the other two, but damn, this was really good. And it's probably, it's my new favorite, I think. I really like this episode. So, yeah. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist down below me. I've got some other videos you can check out if you want to check those out. We've got the subscribe button down here if you haven't done that already, and you can follow me on social media, links below in the description.